Long ago, before Godric the Grafted royally fucked up attacking Leyndell, long before the Shattering started, the Elden Lord was Godfrey. He eventually became the first of the Tarnished. However, numerous other Tarnished emerged after him. A lot of these people were his followers. Some of them even had prominent roles in the lands between. Sir Gideon Ofnir was one of these Tarnished. He was a renowned man of great knowledge. Part of that knowledge came from his sick experiments. Gideon married a woman named Nameless Woman in the Church of Vows. They got great wedding gifts from so many people, and they sent gifts back to the demigods. These were joke gifts the demigods threw out right away. Gideon was a male gold digger and married his wife for her runes. She was a female gold digger and married Gideon so she could give her runes to him so she could gold dig them from him. She was not a very smart woman. Sir Gideon Ofnir had 6 biological children with her. Gideon didn't care about his children beyond how they were useful to him. Each of them had a different purpose connected to their name. Tarnished was supposed to be the ultimate Tarnished. He was supposed to be more tarnished than any other Tarnished, so tarnished that he'd never get the guidance of grace. Gideon made him like this just to see if he could. While Tarnished got the guidance of grace, he is certainly the most tarnished person I've ever seen. Pawn was used for unclogging toilets and other menial tasks. She also assassinated people for Gideon, but she went missing a few years ago, and I haven't seen her since. The twins, Useful and Useless, were supposed to be an experiment to determine whether or not a child's name would turn them into what they were named after. An Expendable was to be sent on the most dangerous missions. Gideon cared about him the least, and he fully expected him to die. But these missions just made him stronger. Out of all of Gideon Ofnir's children, biological or otherwise, only Useless was a better fighter. He could have broken free of Gideon's influence, but he never did. Gideon Ofnir's brainwashing methods were horrifying. The only ones of his children who didn't surpass him in combat skill are Nephili and Useful. Tarnished even surpassed him in knowledge, but all of his children are terrified of him. Pawn was genuinely loyal to him too, as was Useful before he got thrown in the Lake of Rot. Most of his children eventually broke free of his influence, but not openly. Gideon thinks they're either dead, still under his influence, or he just can't find them. Only Expendable and Pawn remain truly under his influence. Even Tarnished doesn't go on missions for Gideon anymore. It's unknown why Expendable stayed loyal to Gideon, but it might have something to do with the fact that he was never wanted, and Gideon struck more fear into him than any other of his children. Time after time, Gideon sent Expendable into danger, and time after time, Expendable came back. He would have become a hero on the level of Radon if he was in the lands between. The two of them might have even become allies or worthy rivals. However, Expendable was trapped in the Badlands, stuck fighting for Gideon Ofnir and Horalu. But most of the Tarnished didn't last the full 5,000 years. Gideon wasn't one of them. And out of all his children, only Useless, Pawn, and Tarnished were still alive when they received the guidance of grace. But the guidance of grace came to all of the Tarnished. They returned to life and made the journey to the lands between. For fathers brought back children, nothing had changed, and his surviving children were brought right back into his service. Expendable was sent on dangerous task after dangerous task once again. It was the same as usual, so why did he fall to the frenzied flame? Was it an enemy he faced? Was it the sight of someone who could have been his rival? Or was it something else? Get really mad when you find out what happened. Take your anger out on your brother before getting your ass kicked. Say you're sorry to your brother and cry in his arms. Go to the dancing women in that weird town, infiltrate their ranks for 6 months. Beat the shit out of the Godskin Apostle. Then get Expendable's discarded toy knight. Expendable cherished this when he was a child. He kept it with him even when he was an adult, as a reminder that he had good moments in his past, and would have good moments in the future, and as something to give to his own children. Unlike Tarnished, who entrusted his gift to his future children to his beloved sister for safekeeping, Expendable discarded his toy knight when his father told him that he wouldn't be allowed to have children. It was more than a toy. It represented what little joy he had in the past, and the hope he had for a better future. Perhaps when he discarded it, he also threw away what little hope he had left. Talk to every single wandering trader to see if any of them know anything about Expendable. Follow their guidance to the dragon pit. Fight the imprisoned magma worm. Get Expendable's golden sword from its corpse. A sword symbolizing service to the Golden Order, given to someone who would have been knighted had his father let him have the title. The fact that this sword is in good condition despite being swallowed by a magma worm shows that its user must have cared a great deal about it. At this point, Expendable must have lost all loyalty to the Golden Order and his father. He likely went into the pit to get the magma worm to kill him. Instead, it gave him directions to a far more horrid sight. Go to find out what happened to most of the wandering traders. Imagine how the sight of that genocide must have affected Expendable. All his life, he served the Golden Order, and then he saw what it was capable of. Find Expendable's curse mark. This was a curse mark Expendable put on himself. It was meant to bind him to his siblings, to remind him that he must protect them no matter what. The only way Expendable could have removed the curse mark is if he cut it out of his body. He wasn't the only one of his siblings who found out what the Golden Order was capable of. Tarnished, upon his revelation, entered the service of Ranni the Witch to destroy the Golden Order and protect the people of the lands between from the influence of outer gods. When I realized what the Golden Order was capable of, I chose to shepherd those who live in death so I could protect them from genocide at the hands of the Golden Order's servants. But Expendable lost all desire to protect when he saw the genocide. Instead, he became a destroyer. Follow Expendable's steps at great personal risk and dreading what could come next. Go to the Three Fingers carrying a finger-slaying blade, only to find them missing. The full frenzied flame was passed on to Expendable, and with it, everything that the Three Fingers was. The guidance of grace faded from his eyes, and Expendable only sought destruction. There was no saving Expendable. He had to die. But only 3 people were able to figure out what he had become, and they were running out of time to stop him.
Expendable, stop this right now.
Why should I stop, Tarnished? Those 2 will die, along with you and everyone else, when I turn the world to ash.
Why are you doing this?
Because life is nothing but suffering and death is the only release. By destroying the lands between, I'm saving everyone in it.
Life is not just suffering. There are things in it that bring joy.
Like what?
Good food, the wind in your hair as you ride a horse, hunting deer, telling stories around a campfire with your friends, the joy of love, watching the sun.
Worthless. All those things are worthless. What does love mean? All it is another form of suffering.
Our parents never loved us, but you know that all your siblings, including me, love you. Have they made you suffer?
No, which is why I must kill them. Life is suffering and I must liberate the people I love from it.
Then you are truly lost.
Normally, Tarnished would stand no chance against Expendable. But after fighting both Ranni and Blade at the same time, Expendable was tired, wounded, and had nothing left to heal him or replenish his mana. The winner was decided before the first blow was struck.
No, I can't lose yet. I have to burn everything to make the world become one again.
It's over, Expendable.
What art thou doing, Tarnished? Slay him.
I can't do it.
There's no reasoning with him. If thou spares him, he shall destroy the world.
I can't kill my brother.
If you can't kill your brother, I will relieve you of that burden. Tarnished, I would understand it if you hate me now.
Thank you, Melina. My brother had to die. We couldn't have saved him, but I was too weak to kill him.
'Twas not weakness. 'Twas such kindness that I couldst not understand, but I dost not think it was wrong.
Tarnished, are you crying under your helmet?
Then let me assuage your tears.